Welcome to PCMC. I'm Mike Buongiorno. I'm joined today in the year 2024 by my good friend, Miss Janine Gagliardi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. We are in the January doldrums, and it's just begun.
Yeah.
January 5th. Tomorrow. You know what it is. You know what tomorrow is?
The 6th?
It's the day I got to take my electric car to go get an abortion.
Oh, Jan 6. I forgot.
Jan 6, baby.
When we took the country back.
Well, you're dressed for it. You're dressed in red, white, and blue right now.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Mario shirt that Anthony got me for Christmas. He also got me and Jen matching shirts. So Jen has one that's pink and has peach on it.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah, so we have not coordinated it yet.
It is an eyesore.
It's very stripy.
And I will tell your brother that when I see him, and he'll hear it again when he hears this podcast.
He loves a pattern. He loves a pattern. He loves a stripe.
I love his, I love Vacation Anthony, like his wardrobe most of all. Vacation Anthony. He's always sending me snaps of his outfits.
Yeah.
And they're
Boat
vibrantly colored and beautiful, and I love them. I like the more muted, demure at home Anthony. I do not care for the shirt that he bought you.
Well, if he's listening to this, this scandal will break apart this friendship and this podcast.
Oh man,
how was your Christmas?
It's good. With kids, it's hectic.
Mm-hmm.
You're making way for Santa Claus. Got to make sure he arrives. He's taken care of. A lot of hosting stuff, and then afterwards, I got sick. Like immediately, and I felt like this used to happen to me during finals week in college.
Sure.
I'd like go, and then I'd crash right after my last final, and I'd get like a terrible illness, and I'd just be like confined to my bed.
Yeah.
It was like my body couldn't do it anymore. Like I would just like hit the finish line and I'd be done.
And
so
what illness do you have currently?
I just have like a cold, like a bad cold,
That's
right?
But
it was just like my immune system just gave up and quit right at the end.
I spent the other day in the ER for a good 8 or 9 hours.
Well, why?
For nothing.
Oh, okay.
No, I had a pain in my upper abdomen towards the right side.
Okay. So you worried appendicitis?
No, gallbladder.
Oh, gallbladder.
It's higher up.
Oh.
I had a pain exactly where my gallbladder is.
Yeah.
For over 24 hours.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was back pain, and then I thought it was gas, and then I drank some prune juice, and it helped, but it didn't go away. I was like, oh well, I've got gallstones, whatever. So I woke up and I was like, I was supposed to be on my first day back to work,
right?
But I called my boss and I was like, we're doing one more day, and I went to the ER. I don't know. People like to go with each other to the ER. Every time I've ever gone to the ER, I've driven myself, parked myself, and walked myself in there.
It's less stressful.
Yeah, just like I'm doing my business. You feel bad when someone's
working, waiting with you. I mean, unless you really can't.
It's the longest thing ever. It's horrible.
It, right?
Yeah.
Like, unless you really,
if you're
can't
really
take
sick.
yourself to the ER. But,
I pride myself on being able to walk into any. I can at least get myself, even with a gun wound,
so they're
I'll
like,
walk
you don't
in.
need to be here, right?
If I could walk in, I'll be fine.
Oh, my God.
And they were like, I explained the symptoms, and they were like, oh, your gallbladder, right? We all agree that's what a gallbladder is. It's exactly what a gallbladder is. So they were like, you know how a emergency room is, like, there's a man on fire, and
sure,
people hanging from chandeliers, someone screaming with his pants down, and you've like, my belly hurts, and they're like, okay, we'll get to you maybe, I don't know. So I sat in a chair in a hallway that was partitioned off a like little like thing. When they came up with like the modern hospital, the whole hallway, that had to be something that was added, right? Like, they didn't say, and we'll use the hallways to put people.
Yeah.
Like, that has to have been something that was added later on when we realized the system didn't work, but we have to figure out how to make it work. Because it's just like hallways are where we put people. Anyway, so I was in a hallway.
People are always in hallways.
Yeah,
with like coming in with cardiac complaints. Yeah. They're in the hallway.
Yeah. Being in the hallway is like part of the process.
Yeah.
That could not have been part of the plan.
Yeah.
It was not in the blueprint.
Mm-mm.
So I was there, and then the woman next to me had a gallbladder issue, and I'm hearing everything going on with her, and she's in way more pain than me. So I'm like, oh, this woman's in trouble, but you know what? I get an idea. I get a preview what might happen to me from her.
Yeah.
But she's in like way more pain, and she's throwing up. I wasn't throwing up. I wasn't
okay.
nauseated. So, but they were like, oh, maybe it's not bad. So anyway, they take me after like 2 hours, they take me to get a sonogram.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say, is it a boy? But I didn't because she's heard that joke before.
I'm sure she did.
And so I didn't do it. So
she probably thought in her mind, this guy
guy's
was
gonna fucking
a gentleman.
Oh,
he was a gentleman. He didn't say it.
I could see he wants to say it, but he's not going to say it. And then they're like, bah, well, I'm listening to her sonogram. They're like, oh yeah, you got sludge, and then they're like, no, you don't have sludge, you have stones.
Ooh.
And she's getting it out Friday. She got it out yesterday, actually, when
Damn.
we're recording. No, today. Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
So wherever she is, she's
God bless.
She's sans gallbladder.
God bless.
Yeah, she was in a lot of pain. But anyway, after like forever, well, they also did blood work. At one point, the doctor was like, hey, your blood work's looking good. I was like, don't know what that means. That's a weird thing to say. And then, between like more important people, I'm like, like some people scream all day. Like that's another thing about hospitals. Like,
yeah,
especially if you're in pain, I get it. But I was like, excuse me. And she was like, oh yeah. Like she literally looked at me. I saw the recognition in her eyes and gave me an, oh yeah, you exist. And she was like, oh yeah, you. Did you take the sonogram? I was like, yeah. And she was like, I'll go look at that.
Let me go look at that.
I was like, I'm glad I tapped your shoulder. Yeah. So she did, and they come back and they're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, but what about my boo-boo belly? And they were like, eh. They were like,
they gave it a kiss.
Yeah, the best theory they gave me was, it's possible that it's just a back spasm that hurts so bad it's radiating towards the front.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with my
gallbladder.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Which is good. It was good news, but also I felt like a dipshit. Because the woman next to me is getting her fucking guts pulled out on Friday. Yeah. And I'm over here like, I'm with you. Oh, there's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, me too. Stay strong. No.
Like she's hearing the doctor say like, there's nothing wrong with me. And she's like rolling her eyes like this fucking.
Men.
Men. Right, exactly. So that was the second day of this year.
Oh my God. Does it feel better now?
Yeah. It was a back spasm.
It was a back spasm. Okay. You're just taking a leave.
Yeah.
You felt better?
No. Well, I had the colitis a few years ago. So
Are you colitis?
Yeah, a few years ago.
Oh.
A colitis attack.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then
I remember.
Yeah.
That's a few years at this point.
I know. It's 2024. God. COVID can graduate college now. COVID is 4 years later. He's graduated college.
That's wild.
COVID's going out into the workforce. Yeah, so I always think there's something wrong with my belly because I am a nervous person and I do have a sensitive stomach.
And hypochondriacs live shorter lives.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
From stress.
Yeah. So in the end, we make it happen.
You do,
Yeah.
You achieve your dreams.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah. I watched so many movies.
Well, that's great.
This holiday season.
Okay. Any favorites?
Tons of movies.
You want to wait for the chill sesh?
I've got so much I could talk about. I'll give you one. Okay. I finally saw The Sting with Robert Shaw, Paul Newman.
Oh my God!
And
finally got around to that one, huh? I've never seen it, so I can't even say.
It's like a year or two before Jaws. It's what got Robert Shaw Jaws, and he's the bad guy in it. He's so good.
Wait, Paul Newman, you said, right? Paul Newman's in it. Yes. Okay.
Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Robert Shaw as this
what a
Irish
duo.
gangster.
Paul Newman. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's a good movie. It's a fantastic movie. So there's a lot of news.
Okay. Let's dive in.
Let's dive on into the news. I said this is Pop Culture Man Children, right?
No. This is Pop Culture Gallbladder.
Yeah.
Gallbladder scientist. I had my gallbladder removed.
You did?
I did. And my appendix. Yeah.
So you just got a whole empty belly there.
Big old empty belly.
When was that?
I got my gallbladder removed in 2017.
Did you have stones?
I had stones. Yeah.
Did it hurt like a Dickens?
Oh yes, but you know what? It was like upper back. I didn't even feel it on the side. I had crazy upper back pain that felt like a muscle. That I felt like I kept standing up and it was so intensely bad that I was sweating.
Right.
And I kept bending over like a cat with like an arched back.
Yeah.
Like
Halloween cat?
Yeah, Halloween cat back. And trying to like relieve the pain somehow, thinking it was in my back. And then like, WebMDing, they were like, oh, this is gallbladder pain. I was like, well, off I go to the hospital. They just sent me on my way. They're like, you have sludge. This is causing the pain. I was like, okay.
Yeah, what's this sludge?
So then I began to see the doctor about sludge, and they were keeping an eye on it. And then they're like, well, you have stones now. And I'm like, no, I know, because I'm in pain all the time.
And they were like, listen, lady, is your husband around? We'd like to talk to him about your condition.
They let me go for months. And then finally, I got my gallbladder out. So that was good.
It only took a lot.
Appendicitis also. They didn't take it out when I had
well, little lady.
They gave me antibiotics.
We're not going to listen to you.
Which I'd never heard of. I was like,
antibiotics
for appendicitis.
They're
like, well, sometimes it works. I was like, sometimes.
No, what else? No, it works every time. Popping that bitch out.
Back. I was like, right after I finished my course of antibiotics, the appendicitis came back.
Your appendix was like, I live, bitch.
Bet you thought you saw the last of me. Yeah, no. So, every time I get sent on my way, they're like, it's probably not that bad.
The patriarchy, am I right?
Guys.
All right, so...
No, I must say, it was female doctors who sent me away, and it was a male doctor who took it out.
A female doctor?
Well, I don't think they were practicing with a license, either of them.
That's a joke, folks, please.
They were Barbie
Save
doctors.
your hate tweets.
Tweet? What's that?
Oh, you hate exes.
What is that?
I don't know.
What is any of it?
I'm glad Twitter's dead.
Me too.
It was nothing but bad for the world. It brought us a terrible president and a lot of pain. So yeah, as this podcast goes on in the years, it's gonna be the pop culture talk's gonna shrink, and the bitching about aches and pains, daily aches and pains. It's going to.
It's our spinoff podcast.
Yeah.
You have the mental health podcast, and they're gonna have the bodily health.
Instead of the chill sesh, it'll be the Epsom salt.
Oh my god.
Sesh. We'll just kick our feet in some buckets of Epsom salt.
It's gonna be the Thayer's Witch Hazel Hour.
Thayer's. Oh. All right, seriously, let's do some pop culture news. This is from Entertainment Weekly. Heard of it? Disney is finally giving 3 streaming-only Pixar movies a theatrical release. Soul, Turning Red, and Luca are finally coming to movie theaters in 2024 after Disney previously dumping them on Disney+. This makes me so happy. This is such a good idea. This is brilliant. I like 1 out of these 3 movies, but still, I think...
You like Turning Red?
I love Turning Red. Turning Red's amazing.
I like Turning Red, too. I love Luca.
I liked Luca. Soul really...
I totally agree with you. And then I watched Soul a second time, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm coming around to you.
I remember liking the little children, whatever they are.
Huh? Oh, the little spirit babies. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like every Pixar movie, and I don't know, this is like hack comedy premise, but it's like every Pixar movie is like, how about things in the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you see that lamp? How about like a world inside that lamp and everybody's like a bulb or some shit?
Well, that's the complaint about the most recent one, Elemental.
Yes, which I liked a lot.
I liked a lot also.
Because it's a beautiful
It's a romance. It's a love story.
And it's an immigrant story.
And it's an immigrant
wasn't sold
story
that way.
At all. And we were talking about how, like, I've heard people reviewing it saying like, oh, it fails whereas Zootopia succeeds in world building and like it's trying to do the same thing. And I'm like, no.
It's not trying
what
to do
you're
the same
missing is that Pixar makes movies for children, but they can't do a love story,
right?
Straight romance for kids,
right?
So they have to like dress it up in something. So the dressing up is like, and also, what if they were made of fire and water? Like, who cares? Like, whatever. Well, it is what it is.
I think with Elemental, you have to. It's like 1 degree further removed than something like Inside Out, where it's like, don't worry about the logic of this. This is just figurative. Mm-hmm. Fire people and water people and gas people, whatever. Like, don't
gas people.
Like,
you're a gas person.
Like, I know it. Don't think more about it. Mm. But I've been telling you since I saw the trailer for Soul, and I thought it was a different movie than it ended up being. I've been wanting the Pixar adult movie. What's to lose? Make 1 movie that's for an older audience.
I think the problem is basically what I saw when we saw Boy and the Heron is that grown-ups who are maybe not as dialed in, right? They see cartoon, they bring a kid. And then if it's not for kids, then there's like an uproar, right? Even if they have a warning, even if it's rated PG-13 or up.
But is that still the case? I feel like we've become extremely media literate. And I feel like
I definitely think it's still the thing.
There's anime streaming services. There's, animated shows that adults watch. There, there's Studio Ghibli stuff.
Didn't that happen when what's the movie Seth Rogen made? Sausage Party?
Yeah.
Didn't that happen though with Sausage Party?
When I say an adult movie, I don't mean
I know you don't mean that,
jokes.
but I'm just saying people saw cartoon hot dogs. They're like, I'm bringing the kids.
Oh, did that? I don't know. If they did, that's ridiculous. God, that movie's so terrible. You think it would be all food puns, but it ends up just being all racist jokes.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's just all xenophobia. It's like, okay. It's such a terrible movie. Oh my God.
And then what's the resolution? We just don't eat food.
Yeah, there's no.
So we die. What is this?
There's nothing to be gained in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that movie was hot garbage. But I feel like, I don't know. I guess if you're too dumb to know, don't bring your kids. See, when I'm thinking adult movie, I'm thinking Kramer vs. Kramer, but with the Pixar.
Oh my God.
I don't think kids would be scared by it. I think they'd be bored by the ennui.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny when those things come, those flavors crash together. Because I collect Star Wars action figures. Ever heard of them? And I got for Christmas, Santa Claus got me some Andor figures.
Very nice.
And I was like, watch me play out these tense, dramatic moments. What's the blonde girl?
Oh, I don't remember.
I was
name. Yes.
I was like, watch
Mon Mothma's sister.
Yeah,
right?
watch me in my Mon Mothma figure. Let's talk about our childhood abuse and my latent sexuality and the human cost of rebellion. Just my figures are crying or whatever. There's no boom boom.
Yeah.
It's all
right. And that you've been bugged, so you can't
throw your husband
freely.
under the bus.
Yeah. Let me implicate my husband. He's gambling.
But there's hands, it's that's the commercial. There's little kid hands, and they're I'm gonna send my husband to jail because he's gonna fall for the money that I had to siphon over to this fucking person. Anyway,
put her in water. She changes color.
With selling your daughter to a cult action.
Oh my God.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, Pixar. Well, I'm glad that we care about
Fiona Shaw now with grappling hook. And you're
she wasted her life, but now in death she will inspire others.
Not for children under 7.
Not appropriate for adults under 40. Anyway,
we watched.
What about her grieving droid? Look at this grieving droid. Watch it cry. It doesn't understand its place in the world anymore.
Record your own message. It's poo poo bye.
No, with real grieving.
Oh my God.
Galactic grieving power.
Oh my God.
It's so sad. From Hasbro. So Disney, what?
Yes.
Pixar movies.
I'm so excited.
I'm glad that these movies are getting
people
the chance they deserve.
So we recently saw Migration.
Was that as bad as it looked?
It was just a non-movie.
It looked.
If you
so
saw the trailer,
boring.
you saw the movie.
It looked so dull.
It was. I mean, yeah. I really like the voice cast. Danny DeVito's in it. I love him.
When is he ever bad?
Love him. Kumail Nanjiani is really good. Elizabeth Banks, I did not love in this, which I usually like her. So, but whatever. It was fine. It was something for the kids to look at. But when they played, there was a commercial for it in the theater that these movies were coming back to theaters.
Yes.
And the theater was palpably excited.
Yes.
And I thought that was great. I heard we were big Luca fans in our house, but I heard a couple of other parents go Luca to their kids. So I was like, we're all gonna be here for Luca.
It's exciting because during the pandemic there were so many think pieces and eulogies about like, well, movies are dead, and the fact that this is happening and people seem excited.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Movies are back.
Movies are
And
so back.
Our family in particular is back at the movies.
I'm glad
we're back. We're in the Alamo like every other week. Which I mean,
I've never seen you there.
Yeah, and yet we've never bumped into each other because we're usually at matinee
Because we
showings
literally
of
know
cartoon
everybody
movies.
who worked there's name, and they know us. Like, if there's a day we don't go, if there's like a Saturday we don't go, we're like, do you think we should call and let them know we're okay? Because I'm like, where am I?
What is the thing? Are they understaffed when they say every showing of every movie is sold out? When they do that on the website, do you know?
I've never had a sellout.
We had that happen a few days, like the day before we were going to see Migration.
Oh,
we
really?
wanted to see it. And I had just checked, and there were a bunch of showtimes open. I was like, okay. And then I got my gift card because now this Christmas, like our family knew that we like to go to the Alamo. So like we got 4 Alamo gift cards. And we're like, great, terrific. We'll just be going here all year. And so went back like 20 minutes later, and every showing of every movie was marked as sold out.
That had to be a mistake.
And well, I called the theater and I was like, is this a glitch? Or like it's happening on the app and it's happening on the website? And she's like, you're like the 3rd person who's called me. Yeah. So I don't know. And she's like, and I can't sell tickets either because it says sold out. So my system won't let me.
Yeah.
And then I went on Reddit, and Redditors from like across the country were like, oh yeah, Alamo will do this sometimes if they're understaffed and they don't want to.
But that doesn't sound like that was the case.
Apparently, I don't know. Who knows?
The Alamo app didn't have Staten Island on it for like 3 days, so I called in a panic.
Oh my god!
Going, oh my god, what's going on? And they were like, no, there's a glitch. It's gonna come back. And I was like, you're not closing, are you?
They're like, no.
They were like,
it's always busy when
worry.
I'm there. Meaning, like, I always see people. I feel like it's the only thing keeping that boulevard alive, that boulevard shopping center.
It's that and the Asian buffet downstairs.
Oh yeah,
are the heart and soul of that shopping center.
Plaza. I like that shopping center.
I like it too.
It feels very Californian to me, like an indoor-outdoor mall. You know?
Yeah.
One of those, yeah. I like it there.
What do you eat at the Alamo?
Well, usually we get bottomless popcorn.
Sure. Jen always gets
We ask for an
popcorn.
extra bowl because the boys don't like to share, so I'll split it between the two of them. We're not big food eaters at the Alamo.
Really?
Yeah.
I eat dinner at the Alamo.
We do beverages. We'll do like a shake
6 or 7 times a week.
Well, last time we went, we actually did eat. So Bill got the Royale.
Nice.
And I got the fried chicken sandwich, which was delicious.
Delish.
But again, I don't know. I always find like eating in the movies to be awkward. Like, especially if it's something like a sandwich or like things are falling out and I'm like in my chair and I'm like a little reclined. So I'm like, okay, I gotta sit back up. Like this is, I feel like I'm eating in bed or something.
I get it.
What do you like?
I unrecline when I eat.
Yeah, you got it.
My go-to is the Impossible Burger, no onions, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I don't get that, I get the fried cauliflower with the French fries.
Oh, okay.
Or if I go during brunch, I'll get the egg tacos or whatever.
Oh.
That's just on the brunch menu. Jen often gets a mimosa in the morning, or a she got a drinking problem, or a prosecco in the evening.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then she likes the bubbly fizzy, and then sometimes if I really just want something different, sometimes I get the Alamo bowl, which is like, it's a salad technically, but it's mostly rice based.
Okay.
Rice and bitter greens and stuff, and like sweet potato and stuff. And then sometimes I get the vegan pizza.
Okay.
Which is not great, but it's good.
No.
And their milkshakes are great, but I haven't gotten them in a while. Their cookies are so good. They bring them out warm and chewy.
Ooh.
Oh, the
Gotta try
cookies
that
are
out.
so good.
I got those Ninja Turtle donuts when we went to see the Ninja Turtles.
I loved those.
I did not love them.
I did not like
I
them.
found there was like a fry oil aftertaste that which like not like the
agree.
what are the duck fat donuts? You taste the the frying oil with those, but it tastes so good.
Duck donuts, you mean?
Duck donuts, that's it. Not duck fat. Duck donuts. But like these donuts, I did not like the fry oil taste. I like the toppings. I like the what it was rolled in.
I really like.
And then I kept getting hit with this like weird aftertaste from them. I was like, oh, all right, not for me.
I like them a lot. The other day we went for Applebee's breakfast, which is our new thing. People sleep on Applebee's
Oh my
breakfast.
god! I was just about to say I didn't even know they serve breakfast.
People sleep on it. We got to do a whole nother second Applebee's episode just on the breakfast. And for some reason, they were like, I don't know, there was a few people. I think it was like, or maybe it was New Year's Day. I don't remember. But they were like, they gave every table a free dessert. So they gave us their fried donut balls. They tasted like Zeppelis. Like it was so good. It was, oh my god. Anyway, back to the news. What We Do in the Shadows 6th season will be its last.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I love the show with a deep, deep passion, but I also can feel it coming to its end. Mm-hmm. And even this season wasn't like my favorite season.
This season was not my favorite. I love the show. I always find something funny in each episode, and I think the cast is fantastic. I love all the characters. But yeah, this season was not my favorite, especially because the season before was probably my favorite.
Yeah, the season before was incredible.
So strong.
And as much as I love Kristen Shaw, I don't like her that much in the show.
No,
and
I know,
they made her like a principal now. Like she's in the opening now, and it's like there's not much there. It's like one joke. Everyone just ignores her.
Yeah.
But so I'm glad they'll do one more season and it'll be done, and then it could be a nice like six seasons. 6
seasons in a movie.
But they did the movie first. They did it backwards.
That's true. They did it backwards. Now I would take a What We Do in the Shadows film sequel. Get the whole crew together. I would do that.
Like an Avengers,
I would love
people
that.
in the original movie
and
the Avengers.
Because I want the werewolves.
The movie appear in one of the finales, right? Isn't there like a
Taika Waititi shows up at one point?
Yeah.
I don't think we ever get Jermaine.
I thought he did show up at one point.
Mm.
I don't remember.
Oh, no, the other guy.
The werewolves. You know
the other guy.
Originally, the werewolves. It was supposed to be a show about the werewolves.
Yeah, it wasn't called Werewolves.
Something really too high concept, and they were like, just make it the movie. No one wants a werewolf show. But
I want to watch Wellington PD.
I don't know what I thought you were gonna say.
Okay,
what's Wellington PD?
Okay, so you know in the movie, in the film, the cops that come to the house to check out the house, and they're like, "Oh, this is not you got fire hazards down here. You really got to be careful." It's about those cops.
So there is a spinoff.
Yeah, and
I've not even heard of that.
And it's like X-Files but comedy.
That's awesome.
And I'm dying to see it. And it's I think it might be on Max. I have to look it up. It keeps changing like what streaming service it's on or if it's even available.
Is it an American show or is it
no? It's I think it's a New Zealand show.
New Zealand show.
Yeah. So I'm interested in seeing that.
Yeah. I'd see that too. People say Our Flag Means Death is really good.
Yes. I watched a couple of literally maybe 2 episodes, and I thought it was cute, and I love him. What's this?
Taika?
I love Taika, but what's the lead actor? Murray, not Murray, but from Fun
Rhys Davies.
Rhys Davies. I love him, and he's great in it. But I think people say it Murray. People say it picks up a lot, and it gets really, really good. And I don't think I hit that yet. So I just want to. So we took we watched it months ago.
What are we canceling Taika Waititi for?
We're
are we mad at
him
or something? I don't know what. We're upset at him for something.
Are we? Oh.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not sure what. I'll have to look up on the who we're canceling website.
Well, what I've heard about Our Flag Means Death, because he's on it and he's got a pretty big role in it. He's like Blackbeard the pirate.
Oh, okay.
And do you know the premise of Our Flag Means Death?
No.
Okay, it's basically this kind of Ponzi aristocrat decides he doesn't get any respect from anybody. Mm-hmm. And he's never built anything or made anything or worked for anything. So he decides he's going to use his money to become a pirate crew. P's going to be a pirate and he's going to get a crew. And then they're going to get everybody.
Okay.
They're going to be a real respected pirate crew. So he befriends Blackbeard at some point. And then they do this thing where it's I'm so fascinated to find out how it plays out. But basically it's this show doesn't gay bait you with a bromance. They actually turn it into a romance by the end of the season. They're that together. It's not Teen Wolf, that show where everybody was like making eyes at each other.
Right.
They,
Making eyes at each
they
other.
go the distance apparently. So.
Oh, apparently people believe that his new movie, the soccer movie,
Oh yeah.
is transphobic.
Why?
I believe it depicts a real third gender person, and they don't. I'm literally reading this now. People worried how it looks, or I don't know.
Why?
The movie's emotional climax uses her transition with the vulgar blatancy of purpose, just so Thomas can give her a pep talk that instantly dissolves her dysphoria. Okay.
Oh. So she's like talked out of gender dysphoria?
I guess.
Okay.
All right. So the last news, and this is the biggest piece of news, and this will also lead us into the next thing, is that Michael Mouse.
Michael Christopher Mouse.
Michael the Mouse. Mickey Mouse, specifically Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse.
Oh, and I think Plane Crazy.
Okay.
It's another short.
second one released, actually the first one made.
Oh, okay.
Or in the public domain after
the public domain.
After 95 years.
Oh man, and they worked hard not to get it.
Right. People don't realize that the copyright law is what it is because of Disney.
It's finally happened. Their worst nightmare.
It kept extending and extending because Disney would lobby. I mean, when I think it was the 80s that it was many law was changed. In 60, I'm looking at Time Magazine. In 76, the law was changed to allow owners to retain copyright protections for the duration of the life of the owner, plus an additional 50. In 1998, Disney once again successfully lobbied, along with other entertainment companies, to extend the copyright protections to the life of the author plus 70 years for a maximum of 95.
Wow.
So originally, like, the history of copyright is interesting because, like, the very first copyright law in America was like 14 years or something. And then, like, they were like, you could make it 28. And then eventually it was life of the author. And then then they kept going, and it became more about like a corporation holding it. And, a lot of artists, it's a contentious topic because a lot of artists, I think, feel rightfully so that they should own what they make and they should be able to live off of what they work hard on, which I agree with. But I also think that for a healthy culture, you need a healthy public domain. Like, your public domain shouldn't just look like moldy oldie things no one gives a shit about.
Yeah, a lot of creativity comes from the public domain.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. So
any new Sherlock thing you like.
Yeah.
Or
right, exactly.
Robin Hood or whatever. I mean,
right.
I don't think Robin Hood was owned by anyone, but
right. Yeah, so
any character like that.
Yeah, exactly. Dracula, Frankenstein.
Dracula, of course. Yeah.
Right. So this is an interesting move that they didn't lobby. But I also think it's wise because I think they had nothing to truly gain from trying to lobby
I agree.
to get it. And they've got nothing to truly lose because no one is ever, the brand is so established.
Yeah. It's not going to cheapen the brand.
Yeah, nothing's going to cheapen the brand. Nothing, and no child will ever
ever think that this
will ever think like some new
really
bullshit
Disney,
Mickey thing is Disney. So there's no point. And they've actually been pretty smart with that. Like when that independent filmmaker made that weird movie Escape from Tomorrowland or whatever the fuck it was. And Disney did nothing about that. Yeah. They literally we're not going to give you publicity.
Yeah. And it's a piece of shit movie, so nobody cared after the initial hubbub of.
I never saw it, but I watched Jenny Nicholson's review of it.
Yeah.
And she talks about how shitty it is. Yeah, so
it doesn't even look like Disney. Like, even though it's filmed in
black
Disney,
and white,
it doesn't even look like Disney because every other aspect of it doesn't look like Disney because, of course, he only filmed very small parts of it.
Yeah, and it's a lot about a grown man flirting with young girls or something. Yeah. Like, it's weird. So I'm happy about this. And, of course, there's, so far, if I'm keeping up, there's 2 Mickey horror movies coming out. Mm-hmm. And there's a Mickey horror game, and then there's a Mickey gangster game.
Cool.
And what I like, though, is that I love Rubber Hose animation, and because because you're supposed to, it's very slippery slope.
Yeah.
But because you're supposed to be using Steamboat Willie Mickey, not like, like later Mickey.
Yeah.
The black and white rubber hose like aesthetic, I think, is going to come back.
Yeah. Well, I would love for Mickey to show up in Cuphead now.
Why the fuck not?
Like, I would love that. But now I read something, and I don't know if maybe you can speak to this a little bit, because I'm not sure if this was even true or not. But somebody, one of the trailers that we're doing, one of the comments was, yeah, but they're using Mickey Mouse, which is still copywritten. Like, it's still copyrighted. That term. You're only allowed to use Mickey on its own.
Right.
But it's actually Mickey Mouse on the poster in the movie. Like, it says Mickey Mouse. So
Right. It says Mickey Mouse in Steamboat Willie. And the title is Mickey's Mousetrap.
Yeah.
So it can get slippery, but I think as long as you at least tangentially relate it to Steamboat Willie, don't use anything they're currently doing, like Mickey's Clubhouse or any of those like current things, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I can't wait for like more things to enter the public domain. Superman should be in the public domain. Batman should be in the public domain. Like, these are characters that people like and care about. And I know, like, it is funny that these stupid horror movies were like obviously made in anticipation for this, and they literally, their trailers like drop the day that this happened. But what you're gonna see besides that, cash grab, what you're going to see, I think, in the long term is better stuff. You're gonna see.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it fosters real creativity.
Yeah. Did I think about redoing our logo and just having it be Mickey Mouse and having him have a little bubble that says "I fucking love PCMC, bro"? Did I think about just taking our current logo and sticking Mickey in there somewhere? I did, but I also don't know. I don't know. His brand and our brand is very different.
Yeah, well.
I think it's a very good thing. So let's go to the trailer corner.
Okay.
We looked at 3 trailers, and one of the trailers we looked at is Mickey's Mousetrap. There's actually 2 Mickey horror movies coming out. This is the one that we're looking at. This looks so bad.
It looks like Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
It looks like shit.
It's garbage. I don't know if it's the same people. But
it has the same aesthetic, right?
And it's the same concept,
Yeah.
because Winnie the Pooh became public domain,
Yeah.
and then Blood and Honey came out.
Right.
It looks
I think
like
the same day also. I think
Yeah.
it was another same day drop.
Yeah, it's like Scream, but the killer wears a Steamboat Willie mask.
Right. It
That's
doesn't even look
basically
like
it.
Steamboat Willie. It just looks like
It's black and white Mickey,
Bobo Mickey.
Yeah, and it's independent to the point. It's like bad independent. It's like, it just looks like people that don't know how to act in underlit rooms, awkwardly saying terrible dialogue that you can't even really hear.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of like real bad.
And he's haunting
stuff.
like a Chuck E. Cheese type.
Yeah, which is like,
but also a carnival, like fairground carnival.
right, which is like,
Which already like
That's not
increases the
Disneyland.
Bobo-ness, right,
Yeah.
of all of it.
right, because it's like Bobo Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
it doesn't even look like Disneyland at all. Or
Right.
even like a park that would do a knockoff Disney version like well.
yeah, it's not like, right.
And I have to just say, I don't find anything scary about Mickey Mouse.
No. I mean,
At all.
I think the mask is a little spooky, and if you ever see like the original Mickey masks and the original Mickey toys,
oh, they're horrifying.
they're really horrifying.
Scarier than this trailer.
There's a picture of like the Mickey Mouse Club, which was like not the show, but like it was like they would show the Mickey cartoons on Saturday mornings, and kids would come with masks, and they were like, "We're in the Mickey Club." There's an image of like a black and white image of a theater full of children, and they're all wearing the mask, and it's something out of my deepest nightmares.
Yeah. I've seen that, I think, because I've seen pictures of the old Mickey mask, and it's really horrifying. I just remembered something. Have you seen Laurel and Hardy's March of the Wooden Soldiers?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't there a Mickey Mouse
Yes,
in
there
that?
is a Mickey.
There
in that.
is.
Yeah.
And that's a non-Disney
Right.
version of Mickey.
I don't know if that was allowed, or they just decided to do it and nobody cared?
I feel like they just decided to do it.
Because they call him Mickey. I think he's credited as Mickey.
Really?
He's supposed to be Mickey Mouse.
He's a monkey, isn't he?
I believe
it's a monkey in a costume. Yeah, and like a mask.
Yeah,
he's
a tortured monkey.
beating the shit out of somebody, dropping like bombs on people.
That
and
movie's fantastic.
I love that movie so much.
It's so good. The bad guy's theme is stuck in my head forever. The dun 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 dun. When I'm menacing young girls who I want to steal their shoe houses, that's the music that I play.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
It really is great.
So, there's one part in the trailer where they just lift dialogue right out of Scream. Someone says, "We'll be right back," and he's like, "You're not supposed to say be right back." It's like, I don't know what you're even doing at this point. Like, that movie's 30 years ago.
That's not in the public domain, guys.
Yeah,
don't be
and you're
confused.
also like, it's weird because it's like, it seems just from the trailer that the world that they live in doesn't have a Mickey.
Yeah,
because I feel like
is that Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, like, that's what it should be. It should be people being like, "Holy shit, is that a guy dressed like Mickey Mouse?
What the hell?"
I fucking love Mickey Mouse.
Oh my god!
And now he wants to murder us. Like, it's very, it's weird that they, but then the acting is so goddamn awful. It's just attractive people in a bad movie. The star of the movie is the concept. Look, it's Mickey, scary.
There he is.
Yeah, I didn't see Blood and Honey either. I didn't want to.
No. Why waste your time?
My mother texted me about it, though. She was deeply offended by it.
Yes, I do remember you saying that. She was like, could you believe what Disney's doing? No.
Deeply offended. Yeah. You know what, though? Here's an example of positivity from public domain. When Sherlock Holmes entered the public domain, 5-6 years ago, how much good Sherlock Holmes stuff and books and stories and spinoffs and stuff have come since then.
Yeah, I love
a lot of good stuff. There's 5 different versions of he's got a younger sister and she's also a detective. There's the Charlotte Holmes, and then there's the Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of good stuff. All right, so what other trailers did we look at? We looked at Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
Surprised this isn't going to theaters.
I'm surprised too.
Yeah.
What's your relationship in general to Beverly Hills Cop?
I've never seen it.
Not a goddamn
Not
second.
one. Not one.
Let me break it down for you.
Wait, hold on. Do you know where I know Axel F, the song, from?
Where?
Do you remember? Look, I'm going to take you way back to the early days of
Let's
the
get in the
internet.
Wayback Machine.
Let's go back to the year 2001, maybe.
I don't know. I'm too young.
Maybe 2004. I mean, I don't think so, though. It might have been earlier. But do you remember the Crazy Frog videos?
No.
Oh, my God.
Crazy Frog?
Crazy Frog. He's like a frog with his dick out, and he's got an aviator hat on.
I don't remember that at all.
It's like early aughts internet video where he makes weird noises
Sure.
and then they play Axel F in the background and then these bad guys chase him. Well, guess who's obsessed with it? Peter.
Sure, of course he is.
So I've seen it so many
This
times.
Peter also salad fingers?
And it woke up this memory. I was like, I've seen this. Surely only once, and surely 25 years ago or whatever it was, but I know that I've seen this frog. I never
That's
forget
wild.
a crazy frog.
You know what I've been seeing again pop up on reels and stuff? I don't do TikTok because I find it too addictive, but the YouTube reels and stuff.
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe PSAs. Pork chop sandwiches. I'm a computer.
Hey kid, I'm a computer.
I'm a computer. G.I. Joe. Still probably my favorite early internet.
So I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So okay, Axel F, which is the name of the song.
The song, the one that dude.
Right. The character's name is Axel Foley.
Axel Foley.
But they've named this movie Axel F after the song.
After the song.
Right. It's the fourth one. The first one is incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's the best action comedy. It's better than
Wow.
Lethal Weapon, better than
Just
Die Hard.
full stop.
Yeah, and
Best
it's
action
wild that it
comedy.
wasn't written that way. It was written as a straight action movie for Sylvester Stallone, and then Stallone pulled out to do something else, and then Eddie Murphy came in, and they kind of rewrote it and like let him be funny in it.
Is it any like names I would know who made the film? Like, is it a director?
It's directed by Martin Brest or Martin Best. I'm sorry, I forget his name.
Martin Brest.
That might be his name. Don't be silly.
That's very unserious.
When somebody in your life says like, "Oh, keep me abreast of the news," do you giggle to yourself?
I say you're an unserious person.
You're an unserious person, and I hate you. Yes, Martin Brest.
No,
giggle.
Get out of town.
Giggle. He directed Midnight Run. That's a great movie. Meet Joe Black. That's got a funny ending. Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino. I think he did Geely.
Oh,
not great. Actually, I remember not hating it. I think
people
people hated that couple.
Yeah.
Well, the everyone in America was so sick of J-Lo and Ben.
Well, you're gonna have to edit all my
Affleck.
popping lip sounds now, but like I'm sick of them now.
Right.
I was sick of them then, and I'm sick of them now.
Yeah. But they were everywhere. Remember when they were like, "We're gonna remake Casablanca"?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Can you imagine? There's an alternative universe where Geely was successful, and we have a Casablanca, with them in it, with those goons in it.
I can't.
I actually love her, and he's okay. She's great. Did you see Hustlers?
I have not.
She's incredible.
I believe it, but I find them both insufferable.
Yeah. So Martin Brest is good. The first one is really good. He's such an idiot. The second one I don't like. The second one's directed by Tony Scott, and it's
really.
I feel like it's too. I usually like the crazy style of Tony Scott movies. That's just frenetic and insane.
Yeah.
But it's not that funny. And then the third one's really like the worst. It's got like a cameo from George Lucas. And
why?
It takes place in a theme park, very much like Mickey's Mousetrap. And it's like, and also there's comedy in it, but not from Axel, because fucking insane egomaniac, Eddie Murphy was like, I'm a serious actor, so the character has to be serious. And the director's like,
God.
what the fuck?
He always gets in his own way.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And then he's like, and also I'm going to have 3 songs in the movie.
Yeah, it's like that. So that one's weird. But this one looks like a return to form. I love seeing Bronson Pinchot in it. He's been in 3 out of the 4 movies.
He was in the trailer?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know.
He's the one who calls him Achwell.
Oh. Well, I saw Judge Reinhold. I know.
Well, I keep thinking these men if these men are police officers, they should be retired.
That's what Bill said when we were watching the
you
trailer.
were in your
Bill
70s.
Like,
what are you doing?
Bill was like, they've been on for 40 years.
The PTSD is...
Nobody does. They force you to retire. He's like, no one would ever do that. And also, they started the film franchise as detectives. So they've already been on prior to the films for several years. They've got 3 years minimum.
They can do studies on the crippling PTSD every one of these people has.
And now, granted, if it starts where like they're bringing him out of retirement for a really tough
case.
It
looks from the trailer like Axel is just
been wearing that jacket for 95 years.
Yeah. He's just fine.
It's also doing the Die Hard thing of, I imagine he's probably a slicker fighter in this movie than he was in the first movie.
Probably. He's
probably just got regular cop abilities in the first one. Maybe a little heightened.
Yeah.
Maybe he's smarter than most, right? But he's not a superhero. This one, he's like doing stuff with the gun and flipping around. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like you see a very Lethal Weapon thing of like him in a shootout in the street with like 2 villains.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what is happening here?
Villain Maxwell.
It looks like Paul Reiser's also in part.
Oh, I love him so much.
He's in the first 2 movies.
I would marry him. I would marry him today.
It looks like he is the cap. So
I
it looks
think
like
Bill knows that. He's only going to find out when he hears
career.
this episode that I would marry Paul Reiser.
How much you love Paul Reiser?
I do. I find him like
refreshing. He's charming.
I find him so charming. I love his voice. Like I love the timbre of his voice. And I find him to be immediately trustworthy and reassuring. Like even in Alien, right? Like when he's leveling with you, I'm like, well, this guy's telling the truth. Like he's got to be.
Do you ever see his cutscene from Alien?
No.
Ripley like walks by like him and he's like stuck to the wall like in an alien like fucking like nest thing, and he tells Ripley like, please kill me. It was cut because it was far too dark.
Oh man.
But I love him. I love him too.
I love him.
I like seeing him in this trailer.
I was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad he's here.
Yeah.
I feel okay now.
I feel okay now. I feel like he's in Stranger Things because he's in Aliens.
Yeah, most likely. They bring all those people back, but they don't put them in the exact same thing. It's like an adjacent type role.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're not dealing with aliens in Stranger Things, but you know, it's supernatural, paranormal, whatever it is.
Sure.
He fits right in.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is weird that it's coming straight to Netflix. You know, a few years ago they tried something like this. They made a pilot to a Beverly Hills Cop that had Eddie Murphy in it, but it had like a young guy who was going to be his son.
Yeah.
And it cost like $1 zillion to make the pilot, and it never went. They didn't like it.
Weird.
It's always weird when shit like that happens. But you know, it looks better than 3 and 2.
I
should say that's my personal opinion. A lot of people like 2.
I thought it looked really fun. I think I would watch the first one so I could actually watch
just watch the first
that
one.
movie.
It's
and
good.
then maybe if I liked it, which I'm sure I would, I would probably watch this one.
Paul
I
Reiser's
wouldn't
great in
probably
the first
skip
one.
The 2 middle
Paul
ones.
Reiser plays himself as a cop. He's your funny, goofy cop friend.
Love it.
He butts in. The chief is chewing out Axel for doing something crazy, and Paul Reiser says something to him like in defense of him, and he's like, "I ain't fucking talking to you." And then Paul Reiser's like, "This isn't my locker," and then walks away. So good. Paul Reiser. And the last trailer we looked at, this is something I only care about, is another Netflix movie, an animated film called where the fuck is it? Oh, Ultraman Rising.
Okay. You're going to have to walk me through this one because I don't know from Ultraman.
I don't know from Ultraman.
I don't know.
Here's $5. Go see an Ultraman.
Now, I thought maybe some of the Love, Death, and Robot people were involved because it sort of it had that look to it. But I did not do any research.
I really thought that was going somewhere.
Sorry.
Well, now I'm gonna look.
You're gonna have to look
on air. We're gonna do some.
But
on-air
listen,
research.
I don't know anything about the character's background, but I thought it's cool that he's like a pro baseball player in what I imagine is Japan.
Yeah,
because
isn't
I know
it weird that Japan likes baseball?
They're so into baseball,
like more than we do.
Yes, it's huge. Oh God, we were asking Peter because he's 3.5, you know, and we're gonna.
You were like, please don't like baseball, huh?
Well,
kid?
that's the thing. We were like, so, hey, buddy, do you want to like try soccer? Like, neither of us are sportsmen. We were both swimmers, and Henry is not interested in anything involving a ball. So we're like, okay, well, great, we're comfortable with that. And Peter is like, I want to play baseball. And we're like, what? Okay, what do you think baseball is? He's like, you hit the ball with the bat into the net. I was like, there's no net. He's like,
you've created your own game.
But he says he wants to play baseball.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know. Thank you. I'll be taking thoughts, prayers, cards, gift cards.
Because that means you're gonna have to watch a baseball.
I don't want to watch baseball. I don't want to watch a baseball.
So I don't know about what like studio like animation studio is making it, but it has 2 directors, John Oshima and Shannon Tyndall, and John Oshima has worked on Gravity Falls, DuckTales, some cool stuff, Avatar.
Tell me about Ultraman. Tell me about his powers, where they originate from.
Well, I don't believe this is not a remake of the original Ultraman. The original Ultraman, this is a different Ultraman.
Did he ever fight Godzilla?
No.
Oh.
Well, he fought
This seems like
a
waste.
monster that was Godzilla's costume slightly altered because the person Ultraman came from the studio Subaraya, and Subaraya, the person, created the Godzilla costume.
Oh.
And then he started his own studio, and that's where Ultraman comes from.
Okay. So to me, as an outsider of like the Ultraman canon, it looks like it's sort of like Pacific Rim with like a Jaegers and Kaijus, except he's just a guy who grows into that size and with like armor. Yeah. Not like a big robot. So I like that. And sort of, it's just imagine like when Ant-Man grows, right?
Yeah,
like that's his power essentially.
Yeah.
And it looked cool. There's just like a giant dragon flying
and like
all
a
around.
Baby dragon that he's taking care of.
There's a little baby dragon.
Yeah. So Ultraman is he's a human guy, but then an alien comes to Earth, and the guy, like in an accident, the guy dies, and then Ultraman like takes the guy's body.
Oh.
But they're like kind of, I don't know, it gets weird. But But basically, like, he's like super alien, so he's like trying to learn about humans and like what humans do. And he can become Ultraman, but only for a short time. You see it in the trailer, like something beeps on his chest and he shrinks down. So there's always in Ultraman this like ticking clock of he's only got like 3 or 4 minutes as big Ultraman. And in the original show, like there's like a team of like scientists / like soldiers that like work with him, and you know, he's not a baseball player, but I don't know. This might be based on some manga or something. Or there've been also like similar to like Power Rangers. There's been like 900 different Ultraman versions and shows and continuities, and it's been around a long time.
Okay.
This just looks really cool. My real connection to Ultraman was in the 90s. For some reason, they started putting out Ultraman toys and video games here in America. Huh. So I had a bunch of Ultraman toys, and I even had this, it was insane, this play set where it was, it came with like a linoleum like pad. It was like big, like imagine like half this table, and that's got like streets and sidewalks on it, and then like plastic buildings that like come apart, and you would like play with Ultraman, and he's like knocking down buildings. It was incredible. It was so like cool. It was the coolest fucking thing ever. And then I played the Super Nintendo game. And then the only real Ultraman thing I've ever seen is Shin Ultraman. Okay. Which came out a couple years ago. So, but this looks really cool. I'm down.
Yeah. You're continuing your love of Japanese.
Yeah, except for baseball.
Oh, okay, except for baseball.
Because I don't like it here, Japanese I don't like it there.
Animation, but it's also just like you're also into the Godzilla movies. I would say Japanese pop culture, right?
Tokusatsu, like sci-fi fantasy.
Okay.
Stuff.
Okay.
But I also like I read haikus. I'm just one of these, you know, nerds who's like really into Japanese shit. And on that note, let's take a break.
Take a break.
And we'll come back with the chill shush. Welcome back to PCMC. That's pop culture, children. This is the chill shush. This is a shush where we chill.
That's it.
Janine, what are you chilling with? That's a new voice I'm trying
I love that voice.
What are you chilling with? Do you remember the New Girl where she convinces the young kids downstairs that she came up with it? Did I do that?
Oh my God, yes I do. Or she goes, how rude. They're like, did you come up with? You're hilarious. Did I do it? Oh God.
What are you chilling with?
So, admittedly, I've said this many times on this podcast. My like main watching material is YouTube. Yeah. But we actually did complete the last and final season of Hilda.
I'm like in the middle of season 1.
I love it so much.
Well, how does her journey go?
It's a nice resolution.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
Yeah. I almost included her in our upcoming episode of main characters you're supposed to like, but you don't like.
Oh, really?
Even though I love the show. Because my God, does she shit all over her mother. Just consistently right up to the end.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, my God, Hilda, get it together. Get it together.
You don't find her precocious?
No, I mean, she is, but there's limits.
There's limits.
There's limits.
Precociousness.
Yeah. Especially when you have to be saved all the time. Like, get your act together. But they grow. They show them they're slightly older.
Oh, okay.
So it's not one of those shows where it's just like the same time all the time.
That's awesome.
So they are slightly older than when we begin. And they're like early teens now, which is very cute.
I think
they're like 13 in this season. And there's stakes in the season. And
how many seasons are there?
I think it's only 3.
Oh, okay.
But there's like a long time in between Netflix the seasons. Because I feel like Hilda, the first season came out like a while back.
Yes, it did. Yeah. For sure it did.
So the score is always beautiful. The songs that they use are always fantastic. I'm always like looking up the like official soundtrack on Spotify because it's got really good songs. I just love it. We talked about it in the Cozy episode. And I felt very cozy watching it.
That's awesome.
It was good. We watched the whole season this last week, so it's very fresh, and highly recommend it. Front to back, I think it's good. The movie's also good. Because I thought that was the end. I thought the movie was the end.
I didn't know there was a movie.
It's actually, I'm not sure if
Hilda's Enchanted Christmas?
Yeah, that's it. Life Day. Yeah, it's the Troll King or something. Hilda and the Trolls. It's good though. It comes between the season 2 and this season. So yeah, highly recommend. And then we've been going to the Alamo a lot. We saw Migration.
Yes.
We saw Wish.
What did you do when you were not paying attention to Wish?
I liked a lot about it.
Did you?
Yes, I liked.
This has been PCMC.
Go by. I like the animation style. People didn't like that.
No, I did not like that.
I like that. I liked that it looked like it was drawn with
tone.
like soft pencil. Like I liked that about it. You know what? Look, they took a swing.
It's hard to say like this is our celebration movie that's celebrating 100 years of great movies. Because I like, if you wanted to do that, make Encanto that. Encanto's incredible.
Encanto's incredible.
Save Encanto for a few years.
That's one thing I liked about it, though. I like the music. I think the music,
honestly, I hated the music.
Really?
Have you heard all those like people making fun of like it sounds like an AI wrote the song that Chris Pine sings?
These are the things I get?
Yeah.
I love that song.
Because he has one line where he's like, you live here for free and you don't pay rent, and it's like, what? That's the same thing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, in Encanto, Lin-Manuel Miranda,
those songs are incredible and don't even.
He rhymes the same word with the same word.
That's fine.
Listen, I love him. He won a Peabody. He won all the awards for Hamilton, but he's rhyming the same word with the same word.
He also wrote the song of the year last year, the Scuttlebutt.
I really don't want to discuss that.
All right.
So, but listen, I like that. I like that song very much. I think it's on par with You're Welcome.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I do. You need to listen to it more.
What the fuck were you seeing?
It's such an earworm too. I'd give the clothes up beneath.
So what do you think?
It's in my head now as we sing. I think the soundtrack is very strong. You can
see the respect I have for you just
whatever
decreasing.
Listen.
So what do you think? The theory or whatever, or the inference
that he's the magic mirror.
That he's the magic mirror.
Yeah. I mean,
see, that's what I liked. All I liked was the Easter eggs. That she has 7 dwarf friends.
Oh, I don't see. Bill and I were having this exact
Bambi's in
discussion, right? We're having this exact discussion.
Is he on my side?
Your side of what? No, he likes the soundtrack.
Oh. My side being that it's an awful movie with awful songs.
No, we like the songs. We like the art style.
Did you like? I wish it was more colorful. That whole like 2-tone.
Oh, no, I like that. Cool. I thought it was. You know what? I get enough color. It's fine. I got eyes to see color. I don't need to see it on my screens. No, I thought it was very pretty. I liked the muted color tones. I liked that it looked like a storybook. But in any event, I think there's he's like, we're not doing good plot budgeting, which I agree with. He's like, we don't need to we both disagree with you in that. Like, fine, her friends can be the 7 dwarfs. That's fine, but like, do we need to spend that much time with them, or like saying their weird names, or trying to establish them, but we never really do get any characterization?
Well, how do you feel about like I typically I'm not a stickler to the sense like if I like a movie, if it makes no sense, I'll like it. So I end up being more of a stickler more pedantic with things that I don't like. But like the whole like wish thing, makes no sense.
Well, first of all, it's not even a wish; it's like their ambition.
Yeah, and it's also like you forget it. But then she's like shocked that not everyone gets their wish, but it's like
they do a wish
once a month.
That
like of course not everyone gets their wish. And it's also like he's like a dick, and then he gets possessed by evil and becomes evil, and it's like he should just be the bad guy. Like, why are you holding back on him just being the villain?
Well, that's the thing. I had wished Bill was like, you could have spent like 20 more minutes developing any of the main characters, and it would have been a better movie. Here? So I think they should have done what they did with Elsa, right? Where Elsa was going to be the villain of Frozen.
Yes.
But then...
because it's the Snow Queen story.
Right. But then the songwriter, his name I can't remember, came up with Let It Go, and was like,
this is a fucking jam.
Yes, and also Jennifer Lee, the director, was like, well, okay, I love this song, and also now I'm gonna have to rewrite the whole movie
Right.
because now she has like this real like conflict, and
Right.
she's not a bad guy, and so I actually think because he's very reasonable, right? Like,
I guess.
of course, not everyone can have their wish come true.
But
like,
he's.
what
but
if your
why
wish is like you want to take everybody's money, and like you want to be the richest person in town, or like what if your wish is like you want to bring someone you love back from the dead? You can have a dead person walking around, or like what if your wish is you actually want to fly? Like that lady really wanted to fly. Like that's crazy.
But why does he want them? Why does he need them? Why does he feel like
he doesn't
should take
use
care
them
of
for anything? He just takes them away from people, which is so weird.
What?
Yeah, it's just that doesn't make sense.
is
I mean, a lot
anything?
of it doesn't make sense, but it also, if there is
And that lamb,
a town,
the lamb with the deep voice.
Listen, the kid's got to have something to laugh
that
at,
was,
right?
That was like Shrek level bad.
Listen, Shrek built DreamWorks, okay?
Oh, boy.
DreamWorks is the house that Shrek built.
Um,
I will not have Shrek be spoken ill about in this home, in this house.
What you're not gonna do?
What you're not going to do is speak ill of Shrek on January 6th.
Oh.
Not on Little Christmas. Not in this house.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. So
Not on
I
Boxing
just
Day.
wanted them to commit to something, right? Like, I actually don't think his logic about the wishes is a bad logic, but there's two things wrong with it. One is they're not really wishes. That's the biggest problem, I would say.
Right. I also don't understand why you forget your wish.
Yeah.
I kept trying to do this work in my head of being like, oh, is there a metaphor here? Or is there like a secret where we're actually criticizing Disney metaphor of like we steal your dreams and wishes. And sell them back to you? But even none of that was working in my head. I was trying overboard to make anything work as anything, and nothing was happening.
I think he's sort of likable as a villain in the beginning, or like you're sort of like, all right. He's fine. You know, everyone's happy. That's the thing. In the kingdom, it's like, oh, he's stealing everyone's wishes. And are they miserable? No. Right. They're all happy.
Right.
They like to live there. So is it that bad?
No, it's not.
Like, is it really that bad?
Yeah.
People are like immigrating there or emigrating there. Like, right? Like she's welcoming people in. Like, welcome to our country. Like, welcome to our town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what else did you see?
Okay. Migration, Wish, we saw Trolls Band Together.
How was that?
We loved it. We thought it was fun.
Didn't that bring NSYNC back together?
It sure did. It surely did.
Have you seen all the Trolls films?
Now I have, yes. And the series on Netflix, which is really
I did not know there was a
genuinely
series.
funny. It's a very funny show. It's actually, I think, funnier than the movies. Any of the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not seen any of the movies.
We're Trolls heads. We're Trolls heads here in the house. We like it. We like the Trolls-averse. And this one, I mean, they make reference to other movies, but you don't really need to know anything about anything.
Yeah, you just go right into this?
Yeah. Well, actually, this one might be the one where you do need a little bit of backstory.
Okay.
So the Trolls and the Bergens used to be enemies. The Bergens wanted to eat the Trolls, but by the end of the first movie,
What do they look like?
They're like ogres. They look
Okay.
like ogres.
Okay.
They look like what you would think a troll would look like.
Okay.
Not like a cute little
But
thing.
the main trolls, they kind of look like troll toys, right?
like
With
troll
like,
dolls.
with like, yeah, which I
Yeah.
loved those as a kid.
Yeah. There's sequences in... Is it in this film? Or in the holiday special where they turn into real troll dolls?
Is it like, that's awesome. Is it like Sing where it's like, these are songs that you know?
Yes.
Or it's, okay.
It's like jukebox in that way.
okay.
But there's also original songs.
Okay.
So it's both. And the songs are always bops. They do a lot of
Okay.
medleys.
And Kenan Thompson's like a little sparkly troll.
He's Tiny Diamond.
Yeah, what's that about?
So there's a troll named Guy Diamond.
Sure.
And he was born from very much like Athena and the god Zeus.
Sure.
He was born from his head. Like he just popped right out of his hair.
Okay.
And that's his daddy. And it's Kenan Thompson's voice right from get-go.
Yeah.
And he's always like, Daddy, I'm a big boy now. He drives a car in this. He's great.
That's fun.
He's fun.
That's how Jake was born in
Oh.
Adventure Time, remember?
I don't remember.
His father was like attacked by an alien, and he was like a bump on his father's head. What was the father's name? Martin, I think. He was the detective, and that's why like his true form is like blue. Do you remember that weirdness?
I remember his father. I don't remember him being born. It's been a while though since I've seen the whole
Fair
series,
enough.
and I've seen the beginning of the series a few times more than the sort of the middle to the end of the series. But yeah, we saw that, and then the big one is we saw The Boy and the Heron, which we did not bring the children to.
That's interesting. I was going to ask if you did.
No, I would never. Bill and I were
Why?
talking about it's. There's a lot of blood in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's heavy, and it's his darkest film.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
What is it about?
Death. It's about grief. It's amazing. It's like I couldn't stop thinking about it for days after weeks even. I loved it. I can't wait to see it again. Like it's so rich. It's so beautiful.
I missed it. Like it's not at the Staten Island Alamo anymore, and and it's killing me because I want to see it so bad.
Robert Pattinson plays the Heron in a truly unhinged performance.
I love it.
I'm obsessed.
Not since
I'm obsessed.
Good Time.
I'm obsessed with his voice. He's doing like a weird, crazy voice. He's like, the whole
awesome.
movie.
That's so great.
It's bananas, and I love it. I'm like, wow, he's a real nut job.
He's incredible.
He's a real nut. Do you know he designed a couch this
Pardon?
year? Architectural Digest did an article because he designed a couch, and now everybody in the design world wants the couch because they love the couch. They're obsessed with the couch.
What did he do? How did he reinvent the couch?
I don't fucking know where he gets his ideas from or why he decides like I'm going to design a couch. Like I'd really love to. So he worked with this like very respected designer in the furniture industry and was like, "Here's my idea. I would love to make this." And she's like, "I
Jack
love this."
Donaghy also design a couch at one point?
He sure did. I would love. You should look up the couch.
Okay.
It looks like a human ear, except it's like cream and white, and like there's two like large circular pieces on either side that can, I believe, they swing in and out, and like they could be used as like a table, or they're strong enough. And then he was talking about this to Architectural Digest that they had to engineer it so that multiple people, like you could swing the ends out and then multiple people could sit on it.
Oh, I see.
So he's like, I wanted it to be, you know, a real like cocktail party couch where when you had people over, you could expand it to make it bigger for people to sit on.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a genuinely good idea.
Yeah, it is.
And it looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
So, and then in that same article, he said that for a long time, the only piece of furniture he owned was an inflatable boat, and that he would sleep in it and sit in it and eat in it.
Incredible. He's an incredible man. You know the new Batman movie is called Batman 2? Good for them. Good for them. Like, you know, we don't need any bullshit. It's Batman 2. So Batman is Batman 2.
It's a gorgeous movie. It's a coming of age, but it's also a movie about grief. It's a movie about like, well, it was almost called How Do You Live?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of a book that was given to Miyazaki by his mother. And it's a Japanese book, and it's sort of like, I feel like it's like about the ethos of like Japanese life, right?
I love that Miyazaki is like impossibly deep.
How do you live? And basically it's like, do you live for yourself or do you live for others? And in Japan, you must live for others. And so yeah, and sort of like the boy coming to terms with like, I can't live for myself, I have to live for others, which is interesting. But it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's maybe his most surreal, his darkest.
Wow.
I'm using a lot of superlatives. It's making all the best of lists.
It's more surreal than like Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Because that one has a castle that walks in it.
It has a real dream logic to it where you're, you know, you'll be in one environment and then you're in the next environment and things don't make sense. And it's just a gorgeous movie.
See it so bad.
It's a creepy movie. You'll never be more afraid of a parakeet.
Well, I'm pretty goddamn scared of them now.
It's very cool, and I loved it, and I can't wait to see it again. But I absolutely loved it, and I would not. Bill and I were discussing like, how old would the kids have to be to watch
31?
this? Like 13, we said. Like
okay.
Genuinely, like, I mean, depending on how like media literate and mature they are, but yeah, like 13. There's a very graphic like sequence of him gutting a giant fish.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, guts spilling out, blood. Then Willem Dafoe plays a pelican who, I don't know if he's like attacked, but does he get attacked? Or he just crashes?
The pelican.
He just very violently crashes onto stones. And then he's like battered and like his like bones look broken and he's bloody and his beak looks all messed up and he's like, I want to die. And you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's when that kid who looked 10 and his dad walked out. I was like, good, get out of here. It's only going to get worse.
Oh my God.
It's a fantastic movie. I love it.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Great voice cast. Christian Bale is the dad, I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
Robert Pattinson, tour de force, doing really wonderful stuff. And Florence Pugh.
I like her.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Loved it. So, yeah. What have you been chilling with?
I just saw Kiki's Delivery Service for the first time.
Oh, that's fun. Did you sub or dub?
I'm a dubber. When it comes to animation, I
Me
dub.
too. I dub too. I can't be bothered reading. I have to look at my phone.
How dare you? No,
Kirsten Dunst, so cute.
I know she's adorable.
Adorable.
Her voice is so cute. Yeah, that's such a like. I guess that's like early kind of the Totoro kind of like real chill vibes Miyazaki.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the fucking like Spirited Away. Like of the ones I've seen so far, Spirited Away is probably my favorite.
Yeah. Prior to this, I would say, easily his best. I would say watch this. I know it's like the newness. Yeah. People are always like, oh, this is the best one. It's excellent. I never saw The Wind Rises, so I don't know.
Neither have I. I haven't seen all his stuff.
But this Wind Rises, I think, is more just sort of straightforward, sort of historical narrative. Whereas this is very fantastical.
Did you ever have the misfortune of seeing Ponyo?
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, Ponyo's not great.
It's not.
It's also got Tina Fey. It's always weird Miyazaki movies because it's like, and here's a American actor we threw a name at a dart. We threw a dart at a name board, and they're not doing the thing you know them from.
No,
you want Tina Fey as like a sincere mom.
Yeah,
here you go.
No, I've watched it. I watched it in theaters when it came out, and then I've watched it since because I showed the boys. And post motherhood, I cannot watch that mother like speeding in the rain on a cliffside, eating a sandwich with her like unbuckled in kid like roaming around in the back seat. I was like, girl, get your life together. What are you doing?
Sloppy bitch.
Really?
But I've been watching. I spoke about this on the last Fully with Anthony. I've got the Criterion streaming network.
Oh, yeah.
And it is the greatest streaming thing there's
ever
been. I watch a movie every day. I watch incredible movies. I took a week off for the holidays. And like I watched, I told you before, I watched The Sting. I watched Grand Illusion, the Renoir movie. I've never seen it before. I can't even just last night I watched the original Mad Max, which I've never seen before.
Oh, wow.
It's just so good.
Oh, how weird is it his wife's playing saxophone at one point?
It's weird. It's weird if you've only ever seen Fury Road. And then
you're like, what is this movie?
Yeah.
Because it seems like it takes place in our world.
Yeah.
Or like a version of our
dystopian
world. Like one channel away from our world.
But then the new Furiosa movies in the past, and it looks pretty dystopian.
Yeah.
So like, when is that supposed to be? Just incredible stuff. Like the thing that I love most about the Criterion channel, which is interesting they call it channel when it's a streaming network, is that they do, they have new movies every month, but instead of that, instead of like the focus on that, the focus is on like collections. So like there's usually like 4 or 5 collections every month, and one will be based on an actor. One is usually based on a director.
Okay. And
then there's like themes. Like last month it was like Holidays with Hitchcock and a bunch of Hitchcock movies, and Parker Posey and a bunch of Parker Posey movies. This month they've got Handmade Films. Handmade Films is
Handmade or like Handmade?
The company's called Handmade.
Okay.
That was George Harrison's production company when George Harrison produced movies.
Okay.
His first movie was The Life of Brian, the Monty Python movie, and then produced a bunch more for like 10 years. So like when you click on that folder, there's a documentary on Handmade Films, which is awesome, and then there's like most of the Handmade Films, and you can watch them, and it's awesome.
That's
like
cool.
shit I've never seen. Like what's this there's a movie called The Long Good Sunday, which is like a British gangster movie. It was the movie that Bob Hoskins like broke in. He's like the boss in it.
You're wrong.
He's so fucking good in it and scary in it. And I watched the whole thing with subtitles because I didn't know a fucking word anyone was saying.
Don't go running round a re-row. Did you ever see that SNL sketch?
No.
Oh my God. It's Bill Hader and Fred Armisen at their like best. And it's a movie called Don't Go Running Round a Re-Row. And it's just like a Guy Ritchie type film, but you can't understand a word anyone's saying. And then the commentary over it's like, and make sure you have your subtitles on because you won't want to miss a thing.
That is incredible. He has this line that apparently he improv'd in it that I'm trying to look up because it changed my life to hear it. I
also think of the Michael Caine, Bob Hoskins sketch. Not from SNL. It's just like something. It's like, where's the Mona Lisa, Bob?
Yeah.
You just keep seeing Michael Caine in the background. I encourage you to look that up as well.
Bob Hoskins has this guy who works for him who by the way, he's openly gay in like the British, as a British gangster. Everyone knows, nobody cares. But he gets killed by he actually gets killed by Pierce Brosnan in his first movie. He says one word, but he's like an assassin in it. And
pre Remington Steele or post Remington Steele?
I think pre. I think pre. And so like that was like his best friend, whatever, the boss's best friend. So like, but they put him in the back of like an ice cream truck, and he goes, "There's a lot of dignity in that, going out like a raspberry ripple," which is just dialogue.
Oh man,
it's awesome. It's like cool, like fucking British gangsters. I loved it. And then what else is this month? Cat movies. Cat movies. That Darn Cat, which I don't know how they got that from Disney.
Yeah. I think it's still on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I watched it on Criterion.
That Darn Cat. And the remake starring Christina Ricci. I have.
Both?
Yes, I've seen both. But I don't remember a darn thing about it.
It's awesome. The bad guy is Frank Gorshin from Batman. And
the Riddler.
Yes. And me and Mike Fischetti talked about this like years ago, like the dark side of Disney. They play kidnappers who kidnap like a bank teller for some reason. And there are, I'd say, 8 or 9 conversations about murdering this woman.
Whoa.
And like how they're going to murder this woman. And should we murder this woman? And we probably should murder this woman. It is so intense. Like whenever they cut to, and like if you don't know the plot, like there's a cat, Haley Mills, adorable. She's like a teen girl, and she's got a cat that's like not really her cat. It's an outdoor cat that he comes and sees her, and he goes around the neighborhood, and he goes into this apartment where these 2 guys have kidnapped this poor woman. And the woman writes like "help me" on her watch and puts it around the cat's neck. And then the cat goes out, and the girl finds it, and she realizes that it's probably the kidnapped woman. But anytime we cut into that apartment, it is just like a fucking David Lynch movie. Like it goes from Disney to like the most intense, scary nonsense.
I always feel that way about 101 Dalmatians. The animated film, just the original. Like whenever they go to Hell Hall, like they're throwing bottles of beer at the dogs. They're like trying to watch. They're like, "Shut up, wencha!" And then like whenever she gets in, she's like, "You 2 idiots! We're supposed to drown these dogs." Like it's nuts.
We're gonna drown.
We're gonna drown these. There's little baby puppies at Christmas time.
Yeah, there's real menace and shit. I mean, what is it? The Rescuers has a kidnapped child.
The Rescuers, the first one, is bad enough. The Rescuers Down Under.
I've never seen that one.
Is horrifying.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it really is. Because even like in The Rescuers, the villains are terrible and they're abusing a child.
It was almost Cruella. In the last minute, they changed it to a different character.
Which makes, I mean, you could see that it's supposed to be Cruella. It's totally Cruella. But there is, despite them being terrible people, there's still something like a little charming about them. Yeah. Or like a little silly about them. In The Rescuers Down Under, the villain is chilling. Cold-blooded, just horrible and mean and scary, and just there's nothing redeemable about him. That's why they gave him like a cute animal sidekick.
Right.
Because
That
he's
softens him?
so awful. Yeah, he's got a real crazy voice, and his name is McLeish.
Oh my god. Speaking of him, I finally saw the movie Hardcore.
What?
You might know Hardcore
Okay.
from the meme from it, which is a guy watching a screen and freaking. George C. Scott watching a movie in a movie theater, watching something on a screen, and he starts like freaking out. And he's like, "Shut it off! Shut it off!"
Okay.
And people edit that clip with all sorts of terrible movies. In the actual movie, he's watching a porno that his daughter is in.
Oh my god.
It is about this. It's so wild.
Why is he at the theater watching a porno?
It's directed by Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver, so it's dark. He's like this super straight laced, like religious guy, and like some like very particular religion, like, and his daughter is like stifled in this religion, but you don't really know much about her. But she's just like, and they're supposed to go in like this little Bible camp, and then she disappears, and he can't find her, and they think she's been kidnapped, and like he hires a detective, a scumbag detective played by Peter Boyle. He's incredible in it. He's such a great scumbag. He always calls him Pilgrim. And he's like, yeah, it's too. You don't know what's going on here, Pilgrim. This ain't for you. And then he never finds the girl. So eventually, George C. Scott like goes mad, and he like goes to California, weasels his way into the porno industry, all the time like retching and feeling like everything he's doing is disgusting, but he's doing it to find his daughter, who he feels like was kidnapped, but really she left. She wanted to be away from the oppression of that life. It's such a dark, fascinating movie.
Wow. I didn't see that one.
Check it out. The kids will love it.
Kids love that one.
Yeah.
Why are you having pictures of Radigan on your phone?
I was gonna talk about Radigan somehow in the last conversation. But
I mean, I shouldn't even ask. Why wouldn't you have pictures of Radigan on your phone?
Radigan's awesome.
Radigan.
He's one of my favorite Disney villains.
One of the best Disney villains.
All right. This has been the Chill Session. We'll come back with Obsessions. Welcome back to PCMC. I'm Mike Maggiano. I'm joined today by Janine Gagliardi.
Hello.
Janine.
You got to keep doing that voice.
What are you obsessed with?
Okay. My obsession is my son's obsession as well.
Okay.
And it is Ghostbusters.
What?
Okay.
Who are you going to call?
Who are you going to call? And it's all things Ghostbusters. Santa Claus was kind enough to bring him his wish of a big boy proton pack.
Love it.
He's 3.5. Naturally, he loves Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He's never seen the film. He's
Sure.
never seen any of the films.
But he's seen the real Ghostbusters.
He's seeing the real Ghostbusters, as am I. And let me tell you,
Tell me.
I did not watch this show as a kid.
Sure.
It's weird.
It was kind of before you, right?
It was, I guess, slightly, yeah.
You were born, what, 87?
I was 87.
Yeah, so it was kind of before you.
It was kind of before me. But I loved Ghostbusters as a kid also, just not to that level.
Well, I think every kid likes the idea.
Yeah,
of
they
it.
like the song. And I remember vividly that my preschool graduation, among other songs, they were doing Ghostbusters.
Sure.
And they made all the girls ghosts and all the boys Ghostbusters. And I
like
was
that at all.
rioting. I was rioting in the
like that
streets.
one
Like
bit.
I kept crossing the picket line, right? Like I kept going over to the Ghostbuster side because
Yeah.
I wanted to be a Ghostbuster. And like they keep walking me back.
Yeah.
Go over here, you're a ghost. All the women are dead. How about that?
And like you think like a trap is very vaginal and the proton pack is very phallic.
No.
There's so much going on there that I don't like.
So in any event, he's obsessed. We watch Ghostbusters.
Has he watched
We listen to
the
Ghostbusters.
performance of Ray Parker Jr. doing Ghostbusters at the Grammys that year?
Oh my God, no.
With Dom DeLuise in a cape running around in a haunted like warehouse.
Oh my God. No. I have to see that. Okay.
It's
all right.
So good.
All right. Did I tell you about my Spotify Wrapped? From
No.
the end? Okay. So, but we have like a family Spotify account, but we have our own individual accounts within that. Both Bill and I, our number one songs for the year both was Ghostbusters.
Scuttlebutt. Oh.
Our number 3 song, both of us, was also Ghostbusters.
What was
because
2?
one was from, I don't remember. What was it? I don't know. No, it was Scatman. It was Scatman. Yeah. But that's just from me. I love Scatman. No.
What?
So Ghostbusters, the Ray Parker Jr. Best of edition is the first one. And the number 3 was the Ghostbusters off the soundtrack. The same exact song.
Okay.
And I got a memo that said I was part of the 0.0009% top Ray Parker Jr. listeners of the year.
He writes you a handwritten letter.
I was like, I need to get a cameo from this guy or something.
Yeah.
Like, I need a congratulations, like a thank you so much.
Did you tell your 3-year-old son about the story that I told you that the girls saying Ghostbusters are underage women he was fucking? He stole credit from?
I did.
Yeah.
He loved that story.
He tells the other children.
Ray Parker Jr. is his hero.
And I kind of know the answer to this, but I'm thinking what the audience would think. So like there's this joke about millennial people that they force their children to like the things they like.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that. Like how did
he get into
3-year-old get into Ghostbusters?
He liked the song. It was the song. The song got him into it. He liked the song because this DTV Monster Hits. That's what got him into it.
With the Lonely Ghost.
That was it. That's what got him into it. So
I feel like that's what got me into 100%. Disney.
Yeah. So we're like big Halloween people, as you know.
Yes, I know.
And so
there are 5 Wednesdays this year.
Can't wait. Excuse me, I feel a big sneeze coming on. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that one like went through my spine.
Oh my goodness.
That felt good though. So yeah, it was definitely DTV Monster Hits. So they play Ghostbusters. It's like the first song, I think, right? Is it? Oh yeah, Thriller's the first song.
Yes.
So Ghostbusters, and the sequence is the Lonesome Ghost sequence, which is fantastic. And he got really into the song. That's awesome. And then we showed him the music video, and we're like, those are the Ghostbusters. So naturally, we were like, oh, there's a cartoon. You want to watch the cartoon?
Yeah.
So we showed him a couple episodes that he loved it. So now it's like round the clock. We're listening to Ghostbusters. We're talking about Ghostbusters. He's playing Ghostbusters. Yeah. It's his favorite game.
That's incredible.
It's like we eat, sleep, and breathe Ghostbusters in this house. And like it's been going on for a while. Like he received a Ghostbusters jumpsuit for his birthday, which was in July. So it's been happening for a while. And he plays with his costume. He wears his costume every day.
Good for him.
I wash it all the time because it's disgusting and filthy because he's 3 and gross. He plays with his proton pack and his blaster
the exact
every day.
Same. It's amazing that like it has that kind of weird steering power with children.
Yeah,
because it's the exact same way.
He does it every day. It's like a toy I could never put away. Like he'll play with other toys, but then it's like he goes right back to it, and it's it's just like imagination time. Like he's just running around the house doing all kinds of stuff. He loves it. His brother Henry will tolerate the play. He likes to do the games, but he's like, I'm not wearing, because we got a second Ghostbusters costume in case they wanted to play together, but Henry refuses. So I'm like, well, you're kind of growing out of the smaller one. You can wear the bigger one soon, Peter. Mm-hmm. He likes that his name is Peter Venkman. His name is Peter. And then but I've really come to appreciate the real Ghostbusters show.
Tell me about it.
I think it is, now granted, I have not seen Afterlife, so I can't really speak on that. Sure. But I've seen the other films. Yeah. I think it is the best Ghostbusters thing.
That is.
I really do.
Tell me why.
I think it's doing what the films cannot, right? Like it's doing what a show could only do. But what I mean by that is it's almost like What If. Like the What If series, right? Yeah. They are so creative with the idea of, well, what if Ghostbusters were a real thing? And what could we do with that? And what would that mean? Yeah. And they just, every episode, and there's tons of episodes.
There's a lot of it.
Like we've been watching it. So on Prime.
And then the tone changes wildly after like the first season or something.
The first 2 seasons.
Or like darker.
Are darker. And I love them.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons are fantastic. And if I was sort of hounding you to like do an episode, and if we ever did, I would
love to do when I need the time to rewatch it.
It's so much time. Like we've been watching it steadily.
It's
and we're only at season 3 now when everything changes. When it became Slimer and the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
They consulted with a firm to see like what could they change about the show to like get more viewers or freshen it up. And most of their critiques were about Janine, which fuck you. They said make her less harsh and less slutty. What?
She was not slutty.
And she's got to be harsh. She's like
she's their mom.
She's brash. Yeah, she keeps them in line.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then
does Peter know that your name is Janine?
Yes, he does.
And not mommy?
He does call me Janine pretty frequently. Only
during playtime?
He'll be like, Janine. I'm like, please call me mom. I've been over this with you. Yeah, he loves that he's Peter and I'm Janine. He loves that. He also thinks Ray Parker Jr. is Ray, the Ghostbuster.
All right. Yeah.
So it's weird. I have a huge crush on cartoon Egon.
Oh.
I love his big blonde hair.
Incredible.
It's just love him.
Maurice LaMarche.
Oh, love Maurice LaMarche.
Just doing
Janine.
Yeah.
Love those dulcet tones.
It's like a deeper Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
And it sounds more like Orson Welles than Harold Ramis.
Which is funny because apparently they were all told not to do impressions of of the actors. Yeah. And Maurice LaMarche said that he did. He just tried to do Harold Ramis, and they were like, "Sure, great."
And I love him, but it does not sound.
I don't think it does sound like Harold Ramis. But in any event, now I know so much about Ghostbusters because I really was a very casual fan.
Do you get annoyed by and I know this sounds sacrilegious for me to say because I'm such a huge fan, but when I do watch the real Ghostbusters, I find the formulaic nature of it difficult.
Okay.
And I also, as much as I love the incidental music, the reliance on it, like, I don't know, for some reason it's burned into my brain in a bad way.
Yeah. Like that.
Or like the no, I can't think of it, but like when like the things are going bad music.
Yeah. And or when things are going good, they're like like they bring it in again.
Well, that's the thing, like, because he loves the song. Like the Real Ghostbusters show teaches you to love the song and to associate it with like the Ghostbusters are gonna win now.
Oh yeah, and it gets into the electric guitar. It's like
yeah,
it's so good. I find that visually the show throws a lot of crazy shit at you.
Yeah.
And for a child, I think the musical cues are helpful to understand what's happening narratively.
Sure.
So I think, and I don't even really hear it anymore because, like, I know when they start to win, like, I'm going to hear that theme. So I view it that way, and I think that's why it's like that. Because a lot of the time, granted, the narrative structure is like, we're going to find out what's happening. We're back at the firehouse. We're trying to figure this thing out. Now we're going to... Right. But I find the storylines themselves to be really interesting. Yeah. And, like, there's some, like, when they go to L.A. because they're making the Ghostbusters movie.
That's so
crazy. And like they do like a monster of the week. They have to like fight a giant robot there.
Right,
it's like,
and
fine.
it's always interesting, cool looking monsters.
Oh yeah, and they're it's not really ghosts. They're more like poltergeists or demons. They look like little monsters because I guess you don't want to see them just like shooting people,
right?
Right, like dead people,
right?
So it makes more sense. Also, all the Kenner toys, like we got they all come with a little ghost.
Yeah.
It's cute. Winston was so hard to find.
Really?
Like the Easter Bunny last year brought him the 3 I guess originals, and then Winston
was hard.
Santa had to find Winston. Crazy.
One wonders if there were just less of them in
the fewer in rotation, right? Yeah. But no, I mean I didn't get the old ones. I got the new.
No,
I
know
new Kenners, right?
I know.
Hopefully. Oh, we also got the Ghostbusters like I have the Golden Book Ghostbusters for ages, but we got this new like a paranormal storybook where like they're school age kids.
Oh, I've seen that,
and it's set in Weaver Hall, which is their
cute.
school.
Yeah.
And Janine is just a Ghostbuster in it. which is cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
They haven't remade it yet, but the Janine, I actually have the original. The Janine Kenner with her in the pink jumpsuit.
Oh, the
love it.
The Fright. What is it? Isn't that like from the Fright line?
That's a different one. But no,
they're re-releasing those.
Yes, those are being re-released. The Fright features. Those are awesome.
That's it. See, I know like about the toys now. I'm like I'm all in, babe. I'm all in.
This couldn't be more exciting. This is great for you, and I'm glad. So are you going to show him the movie at some point? Are you going to wait for him to ask to see the movie?
So plenty of clips are available on YouTube.
Sure.
And we'll sort of like pre-watch it because they say stuff and like he's 3, so he repeats.
It'll go right
over
his head.
No, I know, and I know, but he repeats stuff.
Yeah.
So like we'll always like mute.
Dickless.
He likes the Scolari brothers scene in Ghostbusters 2.
Who doesn't?
I mean, great. He's like the Scolari brother.
Did he listen to the episode of PCMC?
He did. He loves that one. Yeah. And so when Peter says like, when shit happens, who are you gonna call? Bill, like with the reflexes of a cat, is always like mute it and then unmute it because he loves the who you gonna call.
Yeah.
So actually, you know what? In the new year, we have stopped listening to Ghostbusters, the song, unbelievably, even though it plays in my dreams, my waking times. What he likes now is the Run DMC Ghostbusters from part 2. And that is also, wild. I mean, this is very recent development, like within this past week. He only wants to listen to that one now.
Yes.
And then whenever I play it, Spotify will then play Tricky.
Yes.
So he loves Tricky now. He
so
thinks
he's
he's like really into old hip hop. Yes, because then it plays like a Young MC song right after, and I'm like, all right, and he keeps it on because he'll ask, you know, I'm gonna say the digital assistant because if I say her name, you know, she'll light up. But he'll tell like off, like if he doesn't like the music.
Yeah.
So he's like really getting into old hip hop. He did not like the Beastie Boys because that came on after Young MC.
Oh, really?
Because you can't win them all.
You can't win them all. That is really fascinating.
I'm like, it's so weird how his pop culture diet has developed.
Yeah.
What the origins are. How like DTV Monster Hit is going to lead him into having a childhood where he likes old hip hop.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Why?
So weird.
Yeah. When he writes his PhD dissertation on hip hop, he's going to be like, I'll tell you why. Because of DTV. Of a special that you either don't know it or it's the most cherished memory you have. Goddamn, I love it.
Yeah.
The funny story about DTV, me and Jen started dating while watching that.
No way.
Yes. And you can interpret started dating however you want.
Which segment did you start dating at?
Jeffrey Jones, of course.
So right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Slave in the mirror. I don't like his casual use of the word slave throughout the program.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst thing he's ever done.
It's up there. What?
Well, there's a lot of things Jeffrey Jones does.
Me neither. It's like, here's Jeffrey Jones introducing Michael Jackson. You're like, oh, good.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Henry loves Michael Jackson music, and I'm like, and boy, would he have loved you.
Oh boy, come on now. So your obsession is incredible. My obsession is just what I'm currently into, which is Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Oh, okay.
It is truly whimsical.
Oh wow.
It is a perfect, you know, if you look at the lineage of like Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, World, like it follows that lineage perfectly. Even more so than like, I was not a big fan of like new Super Mario Brothers, which came out on the Wii. Although I do like Mario Maker, and I do like some of the later 2D games, but this one really feels like this. Like you could, like, if you're like a big fan of like Mario World, you could love this.
Okay.
And it everything that's good about Mario and good about Nintendo, it turns up to 11.
Oh wow.
It's like more inventive, more weird, more surreal, more fun. It's not a hard game, but every time there's a choice to be made in terms of like them creating it, they go for the more weird, fun thing.
Cool.
It's so imaginative and so playful. It's really just like incredible. And yes, I am like everyone else who loves Nintendo, anxiously waiting for the next 3D game, the next big marquee game to follow. Because Odyssey's like years old now, but this I ended up liking so much more. I knew I'd like it, but I ended up feeling like this is so much more important than like I thought it was going to be. Like it is kind of made its way up there with like, you know, we did a whole episode, me and Vin, on our favorite Mario games.
Oh, okay. We just got for Christmas Mario Rabbids.
Yes, that's a great game.
But it's really difficult. We thought
it's
it would
difficult
be
for
easy
kids
because it's cute.
It's a turn-based.
We just didn't realize what Rabbids were.
Yeah, it's a turn-based.
That's on us. So it's difficult for him to play because he can't read. So it's like, well, sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot
we'll
of decision
figure it
making.
out.
But I loved that game. That game got me through the 2020. the end of 2022.
Oh man. So maybe we'll have to get Wonder. Well,
Bill, have you played Mario Rabbids?
Seconds, and then once I found out it was turn-based, like that turns me off from every single.
I completely understand you, but give it another 15, 16 minutes and see if it gets it's hooks in you, because I played that game hard at the end of 2022 and 2023. Like I was like so into that. I was so obsessed with that game. Like, you know, like to me, I feel like the first time you play a game, any game, it's a different experience. Like it's not what it ends up being. Like it's like an addiction. It's like cigarettes. Like the first one could be good or bad or whatever, but it's like the 30th cigarette that's like, that's the one you need, right? Like a video game that's good has to addict you.
Yeah.
I really think so. Like it, like, cause like now, like Wonder, when I first played Wonder, I was like, okay, this is fun, whatever. But then like the rhythm of it has to get into your bones. You have to like start like thinking about like how it feels to jump and move, and like that's what you have to do.
I mean, Henry's obsession is that now. He loves Zelda, all things Zelda.
That's wild.
And he became obsessed through Ocarina of Time.
Wow.
He loves Ocarina of Time.
Where does he play it on Switch?
Plays it on Switch. So he really likes Tears of the Kingdom, which is just sort of like...
Those are very complicated games, though.
Well, he doesn't play them like actually playing the missions and like doing the temples and stuff, but he just likes that it's open world, and so he'll run around, you know, beat a bad guy, you know, just like one of the people who's wandering around in the grass.
Sure.
Like catch a horse, you know, things that you do. But then Ocarina he really loved playing that. And then, I mean, he's 5, so he's not like getting through the tough stuff.
Sure.
He's like hand the controller to Bill.
Maybe
like, Dad, get through this one.
Yeah.
But now he's into Majora's Mask, and Bill's like, okay, well, I'll show you Wind Waker next. How did he get into Zelda?
Millennial parent.
Oh, millennial parenting.
Are you going to show him the animated series?
Oh, he already saw it. He already hates it.
Oh,
he's like, I don't like this show. I don't know what this is.
I guess he was watching me play Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, okay. He would watch you play, and then
It'd be frustrated.
Yeah.
It's the game that makes Daddy upset.
Questions about it, and he's like, "Is that your favorite? Is that the best Zelda game?" I was like, "No."
You were like, no, that's
No,
a
my
stupid
boy.
question.
you should know better.
Sweet summer child.
So then, I guess he was, because I said that Ocarina of Time was the best one. Now
He was like, well, that's the one we must
Because
play.
what your parent says is gospel, right? So if
That's the
anyone
best one.
disagrees, or if anyone at school is like, I like Breath of the Wild, I'll be like, well, that's not the best one.
The best one is
one's
Ocarina of Time,
because my
you
dad
dummy.
said.
But like, it's nothing like, "Hey, I want you to play this." It's he saw Dad playing this.
They listen. They're little babies with little brains. They get into what you expose them to. They like Disney because we showed them Disney. You know, they like whatever that's on in front of them.
Three's Company, because you're showing
They
Three's
love
Company.
Three's Company.
Like that
as a
Larry, he
kid,
cannot
I loved
keep it in
Wheel
his
of Fortune
pants.
because I watched it every night.
Yeah.
That's
There
that's
you
what I
go.
watched. That's all.
There you go. Well, by gum, we did it.
We
This
sure
has been
did.
PCMC. I'm Mike Madrone. I was joined today by Janine Gagliotti. Bill's over there on the couch.
Who's over there?
This PCMC comes out every week. We are your number one stop for non-toxic fandom. We end every episode by saying,
Go bye bye.